Sabook, your shortcut to knowledge in minutes.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, where we're all about unlocking smarter ways to live, work, and connect. Today, we're diving into The Art of the Click by Glenn Fisher, a must-read for anyone who wants to master the power of persuasive writing, marketing psychology, and human attention. This book isn't just for marketers. It's for anyone who wants to learn how words can influence action. Because in today's world, whether you're selling a product, promoting an idea, or simply trying to get noticed, your success depends on your ability to make people click. Glenn Fisher breaks down what makes copywriting work, how to write messages that grab attention, build trust, and move people to act. It's not about manipulation. It's about connection. It's about understanding what people truly want and communicating it so clearly that they can't help but respond. So, sit back and let's explore the timeless lessons of the art of the click. How to write words that sell, stories that stick, and ideas that move. Glenn Fisher starts with a simple truth. Copywriting is not about being clever. It's about being clear. People don't buy because of fancy words or witty slogans. They buy because they believe your message speaks directly to them. The best copy doesn't shout, it resonates. It says, "I understand you. I know what you need, and here's how I can help." Fisher explains that at the heart of every great piece of copy lies empathy. The ability to step into your audience's mind and see the world through their eyes. Because before you can sell anything, you must first understand what your reader truly wants and what's stopping them from getting it. Fisher emphasizes the importance of understanding your audience. He says, "You can't sell to everyone, but you can deeply connect with someone." This means identifying your ideal reader, their fears, frustrations, desires, and dreams. Ask yourself, what problem are they facing? What are they secretly hoping for? What's the real emotion behind their decision? When you understand that, you stop writing at people and start writing for them. Great copy feels like a one-on-one conversation. It's intimate, human, and emotionally true. Once you know your audience, the next step is mastering the headline. Fisher calls the headline the door to your message. If your headline doesn't grab attention, nothing else matters, because no one will read further. Your headline has one job: to make the reader want to read the next line. It should promise something specific, a benefit, a curiosity, a solution. Instead of saying, "Learn to write better," you could say, "How to write words that make people buy without feeling pushy." The best headlines speak to emotion, not logic. They tap into curiosity, desire, or fear of missing out. Fisher reminds us, if you spend 1 hour writing your copy, spend 30 minutes on the headline, because that's where the click begins.
Next, Fisher dives into the structure of persuasion. Every great piece of copy follows a psychological flow, a journey that moves the reader from interest to action. He explains the classic AIDA model: attention, interest, desire, action. First, you grab attention, usually with a powerful headline or opening hook. Then, you build interest by showing understanding of the reader's problem. Next, you create desire by painting a vivid picture of the solution. Finally, you move to action, telling the reader exactly what to do next. It's not about tricking people, it's about leading them through a natural emotional decision process. Because behind every click is a human being, thinking, feeling, hoping. One of Fisher's strongest messages is that clarity beats cleverness. Many beginners try to sound impressive, using complex words, metaphors, or corporate language. But great copy is simple, direct, and conversational. You don't need to sound smart, you need to sound human. Write like you're talking to a friend. Use short sentences, use emotion, use stories. When people read your copy, they should feel like you're sitting right next to them, guiding them toward a solution that genuinely helps. Fisher also talks about the power of emotion in decision-making. People buy with emotion and justify with logic. They act because they feel something: excitement, fear, hope, curiosity, or relief. Your job as a writer is to make them feel first, and then give them logical reasons to back up that feeling. For example, if you're selling a course on financial freedom, don't just list features. Paint the emotional picture. Waking up stress-free, providing for your family, feeling confident about the future. Then, support that emotion with facts, testimonials, and proof. That's how emotion and logic work together, and that's how you make people click. Another key concept Fisher explores is the art of storytelling. Humans are wired for stories. They're how we learn, remember, and connect. Fisher says great copywriters are great storytellers. They use stories to illustrate a point, humanize a product, or build trust. A story can turn a boring sales message into an emotional experience. Whether it's the story of how the product was created, how someone's life changed because of it, or how the reader can become the hero, stories build connection. And connection is what creates the click. Fisher also shares the importance of knowing your product inside out. You can't sell what you don't understand. You need to believe in what you're offering and know exactly how it helps people. He encourages writers to dig deep. What problem does this solve? Why is it better than alternatives? What's the unique promise behind it? When you know your product and your audience, your writing naturally becomes confident, authentic, and persuasive, because belief transfers through words.
Another powerful lesson in the art of the click is about testing and refining. No matter how good your copy is, it can always get better. Fisher teaches the importance of testing headlines, calls to action, and offers, because small changes can make a huge difference. He says, don't guess what works. Let your audience tell you. Track results, measure clicks, learn from feedback. Every test teaches you something about what your audience responds to. Copywriting is both an art and a science. Creativity meets data. Fisher also talks about the psychology of trust. In a noisy digital world, people are skeptical. They've seen too many false promises. So your job is to build trust quickly and honestly. Be transparent, be authentic, show proof, testimonials, case studies, personal stories. Don't just tell people your product is great, show them why. Trust isn't built by hype, it's built by honesty, consistency, and value. When readers trust you, the click becomes natural. Finally, Fisher emphasizes the call to action. Every great piece of copy ends with clarity. You've captured attention, built desire, and earned trust. Now, tell them what to do next. Don't be vague. Say, click here to start your journey, or join today and take control of your future. Make it easy, clear, and emotionally aligned with everything you've written. Because the reader wants direction, and your call to action gives it. At its core, the art of the click isn't just about marketing. It's about understanding people. It's about the timeless principles of human motivation, what makes us stop, pay attention, and take action. Fisher reminds us that copywriting isn't manipulation, it's service. You're helping someone make a decision that's good for them, You're communicating value in a way that connects emotionally and clearly. When you do that with honesty and skill, the clicks follow naturally. So, to sum it up, know your audience deeply. Focus on clarity over cleverness. Use emotion and story to connect. Build trust through honesty. Test, learn, and refine. And always, always make the next step clear. In the end, Glenn Fisher teaches us that great copywriting isn't about tricks. It's about truth well told. It's about writing words that matter to people who matter. Because when your message is real, when it connects with someone's heart and offers genuine value, that's not just a click, that's trust. That's impact. If you enjoyed this summary of the art of the click, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who wants to level up their communication, creativity, or business game. Until next time, write with purpose, connect with empathy, and remember, every click starts with a conversation worth having.